Real quick, channel memberships are active for as little as $5 a month. You can directly support me and you get special perks including getting early access to videos and members only videos. Please support my broke ass. Let's get into the video now. Sonic Generations is a game beloved by many and has been since launch, and the thought has only been further cemented with the recent release of Sonic X Shadow Generations. Wait, that dropped 6 months ago? It's a great game and one that has easily stood the test of time. It sits comfortably in my top 3 Sonic games alongside CD and Adventure 1. Believe me, that CD video will happen in due time. It's a brilliant game from almost from start to finish. Now, stepping back a bit, I'd like to remind you all of the video I made of Sonic Unleashed on the Wii. I said how I thought despite its destiny to be deemed a lesser version of Sonic Unleashed, the game, when looked at on its own, is still of pretty high quality. It has its flaws, obviously, but I thought it was a good downgrade, and a good game period. I also mentioned at the end of that video how Dimps would go on to, quote, ruin their reputation by putting out mediocre Sonic games or subpar downgrades of other Sonic games. Within that list contains Sonic Generations on 3DS, a game that you would think I consider to be subpar considering, well, I basically said it was, but in reality, I meant more so subpar in the eyes of the people, as believe it or not, I think Generations on 3DS isn't actually worse than Mussolini. Crazy, right? Also, consider this the start of a small series where I talk about the downgrades of Sonic games. Unleashed on Wii gave me a newfound interest in them, so expect a video soon on the Master System games, Colors DS, and Lost World 3DS in the future. I am not excited for one of those. Now real quick, I'd like to clean up an error I made in the Unleashed video. In that video, I said Dimps made the game. While they helped, it seems like they mainly just did the level design of daytime stages and helped with Sonic's controls. Not the entire game. I looked for their involvement on the 3DS version and it simply says they assisted with this game, unlike the Wii version where it pretty explicitly says what they did. So going into this video, I'm going to assume this is a large Dimps project, one that they did a majority of the work on, as I can't seem to find anything exact on their involvement. So if you find something that contradicts, let me know in the comments. But anyways, with the preamble done, let's get into Sonic Generations for 3DS. Second verse, same as the first. With the hotly anticipated Sonic Generations in development, Sega wanted a version on a Nintendo console since a large amount of their player base resides on those consoles. So they commissioned Dimps to help create the game. They also considered a port on the Wii, but that didn't happen because, come on, look at the game. But why did they choose the 3DS instead of the Wii for the downgrade, though with the Wii having more sales and all? Well, I think that's for a few reasons. One, the Wii was pretty much in its last year of service and was not selling like it used to. The 3DS was new, and despite the lack of initial sales that console had, it had time to grow, and with the price cut it received and more system-selling software, it looked like just the beginning for that thing. If Mario 3D Land is a system seller, then why not get another in the form of a Sonic 3DS game? Damn it. The Wii was dying, so it made sense, and the Wii U still wasn't out yet, which meant the Wii U was dying, so alongside the HD version, the 3DS version dropped day and day on November 1st,
dropped on the 22nd, it dropped on the 22nd.
I was so fucking excited. I was only 4, but I felt something in the air change. There's something funny about trailers for this game that said available on 3DS. Like, yeah, I guess Sonic Generations is on the 3DS, just not that Sonic Generations. Is this false advertising? Probably, but I don't think Generations 3DS was enough to start the revolt. Anyways, fast forward to 2019, I didn't have a 360 or PS3 at the time, so I settled for the next best thing with Generations on 3DS. Generations on 3DS, I gotta tell you guys, not easy to say over and over, I'm just gonna be honest. My game collection for the console at the time was Sonic Generations, Mario 3D Land, and Persona Q2. Don't ask, because I don't know. Real quick, if you enjoyed so far, I hate to break up the flow of this video, please like and comment and subscribe if you enjoy, as it genuinely helps out a ton. And hey, leave a comment on a certain Sonic topic you'd like to see me cover in the future. I might just make it a video. Alright, now let's get back to it, no more interruptions. Popping this thing in. Holy fuck. Holy fuck! Let's get the boring shit out of the way first. The story in the game. Yeah, it's intact, but in the same way watching a modern film in the style of a silent film is intact. Everything is told in this text box format, and it's like, sure, okay, I guess. It's just kind of funny as they sometimes have to convey actions with these idle models, and so often they just slide them across the screen. I just don't get why they didn't use the HD cutscenes though. Just compress them. It's more effort to make your own shitty versions. Just swallow your pride and put the damn cutscenes in 240p. Some of these scenes just look kind of funny with the strange music choice and lifeless models. It's strangely eerie to me sometimes. Someone's gonna fucking kill me. I think the most interesting part of it all is the complete absence of Sonic's friends. None of them are here except Tails, and they alter the events of the first cutscene slightly to accommodate. It's probably because they didn't want to make models for all the characters. Just like Unleashed on Wii, however, the story is fully intact from start to finish. It's just presented in a different format. A completely unnecessary format, but a format nonetheless. Getting into the actual game, on paper, it's the same. You play as Modern and Classic through stages from their history. The only catch here is that it doesn't make sense. Okay, you see, because the 3DS is a 3DS, the Modern Sonic stages are exclusively set in 2D. Just like the classic ones, meaning there's little to no difference between these stages. This lack of variety is even worse when they decide to give Classic Sonic the homing attack at the start of the Dreamcast era. Why? This baffles me because, like, this version of Classic Sonic has a more game-accurate physics than the HD version of Gens. He's about as accurate as it gets, so you just give him the homing attack? Because of this, Classic Sonic's levels are padded with homing attack chains and uninspired level design, which leads to his levels, more than anything, feeling like Sonic 4 of all things, with just better physics. Sure, Sonic controls better, but in terms of the level design and mechanics, this is genuinely just about on par with Sonic 4, which is kinda sad, because I actually think Modern Sonic is really fun. His moveset is pretty much intact. He has the boost, homing attack, jump dash, slide, stomp, wall jump, the whole 9 yards. And the level design here as well is actually solid as hell. There's flaws for sure, but these stages, and I'll touch on them more specifically in a bit, are actually pretty damn good. They're fast, for the most part have a really good flow, and are aided by the fact that Sonic controls pretty damn good in 2D here. Way different from how he handled in 2D on the HD version. He's snappy, feels responsive, and while his platforming feel still isn't great, for one, there's barely any platforming, and when there is, it's usually over and done with really fast, leading to levels that don't really have a lot of downtime. All of these stages are around 2 to 3 minutes or less, which I think is honestly a perfect time for a game like this. The reason the bite-sized level format works for a game like this instead of Forces is because, unlike Forces, there's a decent amount of stuff crammed into these stages. You never get that feeling in Forces where it feels like a level just started when it ended. And also, for a portable handheld like the 3DS, these bite-sized levels work really great. So let's take a look at them really quickly. Since these levels are pretty small and there's less of them, considering that the Dreamcast and Modern era are just flat out missing a third stage, I'm gonna cover all of them really quickly. Classic Green Hill. So get this. For every single classic era classic Sonic level, the level designs are ripped straight from the original games, meaning Green Hill was over before I finished this sentence. 30 seconds! That's bold. I've heard some people say that because they're classic level designs that these stages are the best in the game. No. I'll touch on why with the next classic stages, but to sum up Green Hill Classic, what do you want me to say? It's Green Hill Act 1. Green Hill Act 2, though, this is a solid and a half stage. This is an overall very snappy stage. You're gonna be in the action pretty much all the time, and I think some of the skips here are really nice. There's this one really unique one where a Tiki Totem falls over, and you have to homing attack it before it falls, and the extra height you can get from it can be used to air boost to the left for this upper route that skips a small bit of platforming. I think that's really cool. It's a very short stage, it can be beaten in a minute, but I think that makes it so the stage never overstays its welcome. Good stage! Casino Night Classic. So after Green Hill, every stage they picked for the game differs from the console version. And I gotta say, Casino Night was a decision. I mean, is it iconic? Sure, but I think a stage like Mystic Cave would have honestly been a better choice. Casino Night has always been iconic, but I think that's exclusively because of the imagery, not for the actual gameplay. And that opinion really submits itself for me when playing because it is just okay. But Modern Sonic's interpretation is actually really damn cool. For a level like Casino Night, they managed to give the stage a really good flow. Again, another snappy stage, and I like the gimmicks they throw in here. The pinball flappers feel way more important than they did in the original. Whatever these things are have been turned into a gimmick where you have to boost on them to keep up with them to maintain a higher route, and well, simple, I always thought it was a pretty neat visual. And I like this little roulette table, although half the time it's really hard to see Sonic as he really blends in a bit too much, not helped by the 120p screen of the 3DS. The skips here feel really satisfying as well. Nothing crazy, but it'll always be satisfying to pull some of these off. Mushroom Hill Classic. This stage sucks, and I never liked it, and you could have picked easily like plenty of other stages from Sonic 3 or Sonic & Knuckles. Modern Mushroom Hill is alright, but the constant flow killer of Mushroom Hill's fundamental level gimmicks make this one kind of a chore to replay. Not a bad stage by any means, and when you maintain a top route, you can avoid a good amount of that flow breaking, but even with that, it feels more boring and uninspired. It's okay, but it's like a 7 out of 10 stage. It's okay. Now for the Dreamcast era, our first stage is Emerald Coast, a really good choice. Unfortunately, it has to start with a bummer with Classic Emerald Coast. This stage is the most nothing burger thing ever. My brain felt like it was on autopilot the entire time. There's no cool gimmick, nothing really noteworthy except the fact that they try to really closely replicate the original stage's level design but in 2D, which like, That's neat. Makes it so you can point out certain bits like, oh, that was in the original! This stage just feels so boring and repetitive. It's just 2 minutes of doing what feels like the same thing over and over again. Go up this staircase, turn around and go up another staircase. Homing chain, keep running forward, homing chain. The only part of this stage I found to be actually pretty cool was the whale chase at the end. I did think that was pretty fun. But man, you can really see here why they added the homing attack in for Classic. For all the homing chains. They're easy to make and pad out time, so why not just give Classic Sonic the homing attack? It'll make his stages easier to develop. That thing is used like a crutch here, when they aren't even really used a ton in the modern stages, which feels almost like backwards. Anyways, Modern Emerald Coast is actually really good. Again, really good flow here, probably the best out of the levels so far. Maintaining the boost meter here actually posts a challenge sometimes, and I really like that. There aren't many gimmicks at play to really make the level stand out, aside from these wind currents that are just fans, and they're fine. I suppose. They don't overstay their welcome at all, though, so I do enjoy them for what they are. Radical Highway! I'm gonna get it out of the way. I'm tired of pretending like I care about the fact that Sonic has never been here. It's Sonic Generations on the 3DS. Let's get off our high horses. Unfortunately, that's the best I can say about this stage, because both iterations of it actually suck pretty bad. I'm just gonna cover them both in one blow. This stage is very platforming focused, which isn't good when the platforming is neither fun nor creative. Jump to this pillar, now this one, now again. Guess what? There's also so much running without anything happening. It's so boring! There's like 2 fun bits in modern stage, but man, it's just a bunch of nothing. Look at this unedited clip from Classic's version. They added that in as a bathroom break. That's a whole dedicated piss time section. Well, anyways, next up is Water Palace. What? So, in the pre-release for this game, it was said that this game was going to be a celebration of Sonic's handheld history. Here it is. Here's the celebration. I don't know what the hell happened or if the dude was just drunk that day and really wanted to fucking lie, but this is the only stage in the game from a handheld title. What the hell does that mean? Water Palace Classic. Man, I can't bother. At this point, I'm realizing that every single Classic stage is pretty much just the modern stages with a slower, worse, poorly designed Sonic. There is nothing differentiating them. The HD version of Generations, say what you will about the Classic stages, they do a wonderful job at differentiating themselves. But here, it's just, oh man. The visuals of both stages look really similar. Classic's only exclusive gimmick, and Water Palace is a goddamn... this thing, and it all just feels so samey. Homing chain, run a bit, homing chain, run, homing chain. Does anyone feel like s'mores tonight? And of course, because this is the water level with a Sonic that doesn't have a fast button, it's not good. Water Palace Modern is pretty good, but a little disappointing. It's a solid stage, it's got some pretty fun skips and a decent flow, but it does feel a little more boring. Definitely not bad by any means, but it just lacks a bit of personality, I'd say. And the last stage of this game, Tropical Resort. Why is the asterisk back? You're joking. This is the other handheld stage. I'm not mad at the stage itself. I'm just, man, this feels more like a punchline. So yes, this is based on the handheld version of the stage from Sonic Colors DS. Does it look like I'm laughing? Stupid shit aside, funny enough, I think this is the best Classic stage in this game. Believe it or not, I think the wisps in this stage really assist in the flow and give the level designer something to work with. Besides homing chains running a bit, then homing chains running. Anyone up for some Del Taco tonight? But yeah, this stage is really solid. I like it. Same with the modern stage. Man, that's all I've got to say. I mean, like, yeah, the wisps are cool. It's fun. It's got decent flow. I promise, I like a lot of these stages, specifically moderns, but it's really hard to compliment them a lot. I like them a lot. I think they're very solid, but they feel inconsequential. Funny enough, I think the perfect game to compare it to is actually Mario 3D Land, a really fun pick-up-and-play game that feels like junk food. A lot of these levels are so quick and easy to get through. There's barely a bad one in there, but in the process of making this bite-sized level-a-thon with exactly what you expect from a basic 3D Mario game, while a treat to pop in and play, it's one that I'm not going to, like, sing the high praises of, because while good, it's just a Mario game. Apply everything I just said, and that fits Sonic Generations 3DS to a T. It's a good game, but that's about it. Let me not get ahead of myself, though, sounding like I'm about to end the video. No, I've got more to talk about. Like, who cares? The special stages in this game are fun. They take the Sonic Heroes special stage concept and streamline them, turning them into a boost-fueled rush where you collect orbs to maintain boost meter while dodging obstacles and catching up to the Chaos Emerald. It's fun, but like, again, that's about it. It's just fun. Bosses in this game are kind of funny. Rival battles are intact, being Metal, Shadow, and Silver, and it's just races with them, which, I'm gonna be honest, fine. I think they're fun, while they clearly lack the budget to be more... I mean, they're in pre-existing stages. I don't really care. I think it's a little fun to have just these vanilla-ass races with these guys. I don't know, it's kind of fun. I get it, Metal Sonic is in Casino Night, I should be starting a riot, but like, guys, cancer exists. I care about that just a little more. Now, the actual bosses. Okay, let's make this quick. Big Arm is just Big Arm from Sonic 3 with EDM. Bio-Lizard is the Bio-Lizard from SA2, but worse. And Egg Emperor is from the wrong time period and pretty much a completely original boss. It's okay. However, I do have to give credit to one thing. The final boss. Oh my god. This final boss is actually pretty damn good. It's not like super great, but it is leagues better than the one on the console versions. It automatically switches from 2D to 3D to streamline the process and not overcomplicate things, which, oh, hey, look at that. It's 3D. It's a lot easier to tell what you need to do, and all around, it's a much better paced fight. I like it a good bit, actually. It's actually a pretty strong into the game. And with that, Sonic Generations on 3DS, I have never been more conflicted, man. I had a fun time while playing through this game for the video, but when writing the script out, man, it seems like I fucking hate this thing. In reality, Sonic Generations is the baseline definition of good, and a game I think warrants not being talked about too much in a critical light. This is a budget downgrade, with most likely way less budget than Unleashed on Wii even had. So for what it is, they will never make me hate you, Gen's 3DS. I like it, it's like junk food. Just like 3D Land, I think it's a game that I can just pop in if I don't really know what else to play and just play a few runs of some stages. This is one of the only Sonic games I had for a while when I was young, and I tried not to let my bias affect how positively I thought of the game, and I thought I stayed pretty neutral. For seeing it for what it is, it's good. It's good. It's like a 7 out of 10. I would recommend you try it just to play this weird, fucking, strange alternate version of Sonic Generations. If you enjoyed the video, you all know what to do. I'll see you next time. Peace.